Most hits, most runs for you guys in quite a while. Nice to put some runs on the board.
Yes. Yeah. What I was most impressed with was how the guys responded after we gave up 5. Jump right back at it, score 5. Sometimes that can be daunting, but you heard good chatter in the dugout talking about, hey, let's get one right now. Let's get one guy on. Let's just win this one, as opposed to trying to go out there and score a ton. And I think that's how those big innings happen. So I was proud of the guys for not getting overwhelmed or frustrated. That's kind of what our mound visit was about. Was, hey, man, there's a lot of game left, right? We all took a look at the scoreboard and saw that, hey, ground balls. They're putting balls in play. Let's just keep our attitude where it needs to be. And I think, with the heat and all that other stuff going on and guys sweating, I think we drank about 40 gallons of water, seriously. So it's just going to be rest, recover, and go do it again tomorrow. Great offensive day. Better execution from pitches later on. And you tell some of the little things were getting to guys and just losing focus, but all in all, great response when they got kicked around a little bit.
You guys had a 36-minute half inning. The game was 4.5 hours. I mean, I don't even know what my question is, but it's like a marathon. Did it feel as long as it was? Did it feel for us?
Yeah, well, in-game interview, we were talking about defense and we were talking about time of possession. And then the next inning happened where we lost time of possession and we also didn't defend like we could. So I've been yelled at and told I'm not allowed to do in-game interviews anymore or bring up any of the good stuff that we do. No, I think that's a big part, especially in the heat, to control time of possession. Not, by stalling or anything like that. It just means keep winning pitches, being aggressive on the base. And they had asked me in the in-game interview as well, why aren't you guys running? I think timing's that. And guys being aggressive on ball and dirt. Wade had a couple. Boyd, got a couple bags. And then Duke also stole. Another great play was Boyd tagging up from first, getting over to second base. Just shows that they're playing heads-up baseball and being aggressive for the next 90. So, all in all, and Gavin as well, when you're back there catching those long innings, sometimes you can lose focus, but I thought he did a great job recovering in the dugout, sharing good energy to other guys, especially after he hit a homer. He's pretty fired up, but we reminded him where the water cooler was and to relax, and he had a job to finish.
What was up with Ferrer? Blister or something like that?
He just had some stuff going on in his lower half that was kind of bothering him. I think it was just amplified by the heat and maybe a little bit of lack of fluids in the body, but nothing that he hasn't been really going through. Yeah, so.
Concerns going forward with it, or?
No, I don't think so. Not right at the moment. I know we're going to go back, rest up, make sure we take care of our treatments and stuff. I think we'll have a better idea tomorrow, but I don't foresee it as being a big thing.
And Melton, was that just because you guys had a lead, or was?
He just had just something that would kind of bit him a little bit, but
slide in the third.
No, just getting down the line. But again, nothing that hasn't been, something that creeps up from time to time, but nothing big, I don't think. Just talking with our athletic trainer and stuff, I think he'll be all right. Again, a lot of little things get amplified just with the heat.
Yeah.
Garrett, the power has seemed to come on a little bit more as the season has progressed. To drive it to right field. Where have you seen him, be able to tap into that a little bit more?
Confidence, and really where he's making contact. You can see from the side view early on, a lot of stuff's getting a little bit deeper on him. Now I think he's shifted, just getting his timing going a little bit sooner so we can get the contact point out front, which is, we've seen it in practice and we're seeing it in the games now, is allowing him to drive baseballs to left, drive it out of the park opposite field, which is very impressive. But I think it's just starting the timing a little bit sooner and more at-bats. Right, and he got after it in the weight room too. He's changed his body quite a bit.
What does that add to the middle of the lineup to have another guy? Because he only had, I think, 4 coming in, when the other guys around him are, around double digits.
Well, the guys were joking, obviously getting towards the end of the year and playoff time, and that's when Garrett's power and everything starts to come out. Same like Dernetti. Everyone was like, did the same thing last year, but you hung out all year and worked, and then the postseason, last week of the season came around, and postseason, and you rake. And so it's just that constant reminder of encouragement, like, hey, you rake. You're a great hitter, great approach. I mean, Giannetti lined out to the right side, smashed another ball. I mean, he's putting together a lot better at bats. Confidence is there, and you're just kind of getting out of your own way, you know. And it's contagious, right? Some of those other guys are doing it, and we talked a little bit about when you can get out of your own way and start focusing on other people, you'd be surprised how well you play. You don't have to, if you have that confidence and you know that you've been training your butt off, stop worrying about yourself and pour your energy into other people, because you're fine. You know, just like any catcher, as soon as you stop worrying about what's happening in that little box, or your little catcher box, then you can start to see what's happening with you and the pitcher, or start seeing the whole field, then you're really starting to figure it out. So let's make sure we get our fundamentals down, and you're in a good spot, and you can start pouring into other people. You see guys like Forrester starting to do that, and Giannetti just getting out of their own way. And you show up with confidence, man, great things can happen.
The last 4 games here in Arizona, obviously going back to the Tucson series, the runs have been there offensively, but you've also given up quite a few. For the pitchers, are these parks playing bigger? Is it the weather? I mean, can you kind of pinpoint maybe where things are disconnecting for them in Arizona?
I think it has to do with just execution. You know, I mean, I don't want to blame it on, the lack of some humidity or just sweat or anything like that. I think it just comes down to just executing your pitch. The hits we gave up today, I thought they were just up in the zone. Balls they can handle, you can tell by their timing and how they're fouling stuff off. We got to go back to throwing our breaking balls down in the zone, and even starting to expand from time to time. There's times when we're asking for a ball to be a little off the edge, especially when we're ahead in the count, and we were throwing it too much plate. And so you got to keep them off balance, working in and out, and maybe even expanding from time to time. But I thought we left a handful of stuff middle.
Tomorrow, I assume.